worth their weight in gold. And, but it might just be kind of the thing that changes your life. And, yeah. But it gets to be something that they know, a confidence that she has now, that she's certain she can get away with something. And whether horses learn naughty things or not naughty things or lazy things or good things or bad things or whatever, they learn regardless. And so a little bit, and it's the same thing like when I used to ride without a helmet. I was never as brave as when I had a helmet on. Or the same thing, we were having a conversation about taking a horse to a show and having them be naughty in the ring. And then they learn that when they go to a show, you're not going to kick me in the ring. And so kind of putting yourself in a situation where you ride HC or schooling show or whatever, and then you kind of have to reset the clock. And so I don't know if you're from around here. Yeah, or if there's people you can talk to or even go online to a forum on the Chronicle or whatever. I know a lot of people do that. And see if there's someone who's just, these guys are fearless. And honestly, like I call him a cowboy, but he has different classrooms, okay? He doesn't just get on a horse like this and, in an open arena and clocker. He has these little indoor schools that are like the size of horse stalls. And so the horse can't really go anywhere, So even if he really gave her a kick and she wanted to be naughty, she's basically on a 20-meter circle inside, and there's walls in the middle and walls on the outside, so she has nowhere to go but forward. And inside was a low ceiling, so she can't go up. She can't go anywhere. And so she has to learn to just accept certain things. And she's ready. Let me go back to canter. Walk again. Yeah. And now make her hot and walk. Yeah. Use your spur here, where you're safe. Come. Good, now bounce. Yeah. Now walk. Walk. Yeah. All right, just like that black horse I was on. Both ends have to work. Good. Maybe when you're ready, get to a little canter. And you be as quiet as possible up there. And take her a little through the left side. Left side, left side. Yeah. More. Yes, good. That's enough. Good. Now see if we can take her a little through her right side. Right rein, right leg. Push her to the rail. Push her to the rail. Push her to the rail. Doesn't matter. Push her to the rail. Take a little bit of the nose to the right. A little bit press with the right leg. Circle right. Good. Circle right. Yes. Good girl. Wait until she gives. Yes. Now walk. Canter left. You feel how we've been in that transition a bit? She bulges against your right leg. Okay, so think about that. And these are things, go ahead back to walk. Think about this even in the transition, that maybe you ride that transition to left lead canter through a little bit of leg building off of your right leg. Okay, a little bit, these things are opposite, right? You guys normally would do a leg yield off the right leg and pick up the right lead, right? But this is a mare who's struggling with her canter changes of lead, and it's important for me that I can push her off of either leg, onto either rein, and that everything is symmetrical. Now take her a little through the right side, belly to the left. Yeah, flex the right. Good, and walk and canter left. over center line. So if you want to, you can make a circle left. Even there, you feel how she's just throwing herself to the right. Walk. And step her off your right foot. Come on, really. Come on. Good. Yep. Give the left rein. Take her off that right skirt. Yep. Good. Good, 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 good. That's enough. And then we canter left. Yeah, off your right foot. Think shoulder and left. Yeah, good. Fine. And now through her right side. Doesn't have to be a lot of positioning. But as long as she's resisting, we have to work on it. Right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg. Push her to the left. Yes. Good girl. And walk. Off the right leg. Yes. And then straight. And canter left. Good girl. Good girl. Get soft on your left rein. Yeah, shorten your right rein. Keep pushing her. Off your right leg. Yes, she's moving a lot more through the neck than she is off your right leg. Even here down the rail. Kick her to the rail. Yes. Good, 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 good. Now straighter in the neck. And walk. And canter left. Good. Good. Good girl. Straight down your long side, little inside track, so you can push her up to it if you want. Good job. Just play the right side. Fine. Play it. Good. Don't be afraid. Just because you do that, if it causes a change, just keep your right leg back. Shorten your right rein. You feel how your reins get long and then your hands are kind of pulling back towards you? No problem. Good girl. And canter left. Good. Good girl. That's the way. Now trot and leg yield off your right leg. To the rail. Now forward on the left shoulder. Off the right leg. It all becomes about, for me, what's not possible. Good. And then maybe we pick up the right leg. But she's got to stop, and I can see, the changes I don't think are the issue. It's the viability factor. And then you just have to stay so changing your mind that she stops caring, that you change your mind. Good girl. Good, and she's nice off the right side. You're having to take her off the left. Super, girlfriend. Very good, huh? Watch that your reins aren't so long, you want to cross them over her neck. When she's nice, we're riding her straight between your legs and straight between the reins. Good. Very good. Good. And then maybe you go to counter here. Thinking already about your left side in this turn. Good. And if it's nice, then you ride her straight. If it's soft, then you ride her straight. Good girl. Stay a little inside track so you can push her if you need to. Left leg is close, left leg is a little back. Very good girl, huh? Very good girl. Don't panic. And then make her a little straighter when you can. Yeah, that's your left leg job. There. And now to trot and think leg yield off your left leg. Forward on the right rein. Excellent. Okay, let her have a little walk. But all these things, you know what I'm saying. It's not like I live to upset horses. But there has to be a reasonable conversation that happens where every time a horse gets tense, it's pressure, it's like we talked about again with the double bridle. If that's always a source of tension and we never use it, it always remains a source of tension. And so if she's always, when we're cantering her and she starts thinking about changes and she gets 10, if we never ride her through those moments with different kinds of things, then she's going to remain tense every time her head starts going into a flying change spiral. And so, you know, it's all about balance and pushing her far enough where we make some improvement. And we also are fair enough that we give her a break when she makes a solid effort. But, you know, tension is a tricky thing because we have to work with it enough that we can sort it out and not, again, go so far past the point where we're not able to communicate anymore. You know, horses who are panicking and so tense, they're not learning in that moment. As long as they're being instinct and fight or flight, which is a little bit, you know, the things she teeter-totters back and forth between. She either wants to run from you or she wants to argue with you. And as long as she's doing one of those two things, she's not learning. While the mare's walking, does anybody have any questions? No. The question was, how long have you owned her?
She did have an injury, had some time off.
Yes. She's saying she has a really good cowboy in Socrates. Yes, and see that, and sometimes it just takes one time, you know, for her to say, holy cow, you're serious, you know, but knowing that when the horses learn, like I was saying when I was trying to be cool, when I first moved to Florida and I would ride without a helmet, it was like the horses would start to be a little naughty and I would back off, you know, and it gets to be a thing where the horses go, oh, okay, that's as far as she'll take it. And then it becomes this backward thing when they become us. And so it's not that I'm into being stupid, and I'm certainly not into being tough on the horses. But she's got to relearn, yes, that is possible, that somebody will go there with her. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I won't do it either, otherwise, I mean, if you had met me 4 years ago, I would have for sure. But, you know, they're not foolish, and she knows that you're not going to go there with her.
Laura, why did you have her just working the canter doing that? Is that when she becomes more explosive?
Yeah, and we worked yesterday more in the trot with this mare, and we were talking today about how the changes are a major source of tension for this horse. And so basically trying to help with the decision making and how far we push it in canter and when you give a break, you know, and saying, okay, you know, it doesn't get better if you don't try. But there's also a point where you say that was a good enough effort, the horse needs a break. And tension is a tough thing to deal with, and we have to turn it into a positive tension, which I really think it will be if you can get her to be a little more, her suppleness. She's not actually an unsupple horse. She's not supple here. And yes, exactly. And when you watch her move in her body and you really get her through, she's extremely limber. But it's when she's not giving in her mind that she gets that way.